Hello and welcome to our 13th episode of the new video series Think Abundance. As you know, in this series we discuss anything that forwards our life, anything that enhances our experience of abundance in life. So in this we discuss articles, we discuss books, we discuss thoughts, we discuss anything that will help us forward our life. So this is what this series is about, and we have been doing this for last 12 consecutive weeks. I hope you are enjoying this journey with me. Please do subscribe to this channel because it keeps me motivated to bring more stuff like this for you. In the last episode, we saw the shortest formula for success. That is what we saw, right? And we saw that it is very short and it can be applied by almost anyone in his life, right? In today's episode we are going to see yet another thing related to the formula for success. Here we are going to see the laws of nature, the laws of reaping, the laws of sowing and reaping as they are called, or the law of cause and effect, right? So there are 5 or 6 laws that you must be aware of, and if you use them diligently, if you thought about them, and if you manage your life in alignment with these laws, then you are going to have a very good life for sure, right? So let us jump into these laws. First law says that you must have a desire to sow. The desire is the starting point. We have seen this in our first episode of Think Abundance, where we said that it all starts with a thought. So the desire, basically, the starting point of desire is the thought. So you think of something, you think of doing some action. That is what it means, right? So if you have a desire to sow, if you have a desire to start something, then that is the first thing, right? So that is the first law. First, you must have desire to start something. The second law says that whatever you sow, you will reap the same thing, right? So if you sow, say, potatoes, you are going to reap only potatoes. You are not going to reap tomatoes. What this also means is whatever action you take, if that action is something that is going to benefit you as well as others, that is what you are going to reap. You are going to reap benefit for yourself as well as for others. If you sow an action which is not good for you as well as not good for other people, you are going to reap the result accordingly. That is what it says, right? So what this does also is it puts the onus, it puts the responsibility on you to sow the right thing, right? That is what it says. So whatever you sow will be reaped by you. First thing. The next law is that you must sow before you reap, right? So sowing, this action of sowing takes place before you start getting the result, before you reap, right? So you must, in other words, putting it in the other words, you must first give before you get. Many times in life, what we do is we try to withdraw without making the deposit. So life is like a bank account. The more you deposit, the more you can withdraw. So if you don't make a deposit, you cannot have an overdraft facility in life, so to say. So you must sow before you reap. Once you do that, you will get the result in life. Other way, it doesn't work, right? That is the third thing. So the fourth thing now is very, very important. When you sow something, if you put a seed in the soil, you will not get one potato or one tomato. If it is a potato seed or a tomato seed, say for example, you will not get one potato because you sowed one seed. You will get it multifolds, right? So if you put something positive, more positive in multiples will come to you. If you put in negative, more negative in multiples will come to you. Now this is very, very important. Now, if you understand this particular part of it, it also tells you one more thing about life is When you sow a little, it gets multiplied in life. Right now, if you do little good, more good will come to you. That is how the design of life is. Again, it puts the onus, the responsibility on us to sow, because it is going to come back boomerang multiple times. Sorry for that. And the most important of this law is that if you sow something, you cannot reap immediately. There is always a period of gestation. There is always a waiting period between the action of sowing and the reaping. Right? In between this, that is where you have to nurture. That is where you have to take care of what you have sown. That is where you have to maintain. That is where you have to be consistent about what you are sowing. This is very, very important. Now, sorry, I seem to have a very bad throat today. Whenever you sow, we have to always remember that whatever is the consequence, we are completely responsible for that consequence, and we have to handle that consequence. This is the law of cause and effect. So to quickly summarize this, first, you must have the desire to sow. Second, whatever you will sow, you will reap it. Third, you must sow before you reap. It doesn't work the other way. Fourth, when you sow something, you will reap multifolds. And fifth, between the sowing and the reaping, there is a gap, there is a gestation period. Right? Now think of your life in context of these laws. Think of every action as something you sow today, and then look at your life. If you looked at your life discreetly from this context, you will see that many times we violate these laws. That is where we become unsuccessful. That is where the results are undesirable. The non-favorable results are delivered to us. So if you are conscious, if you are aware of these laws working in the background, and accordingly we took actions, I'm sure each one of us would be successful. Coming back to the last episode, if we followed these laws, then we do what I explained in the last, that every act is an efficient act if it follows these laws. Now, if you follow these laws and take the efficient acts, and then you have a series of efficient acts in your life, then your whole life is successful. Now, if you take actions that violate these laws, then you are doing inefficient actions, and then it comes back, it boomerangs, it comes back multifolds, and you get undesirable results more than you want them. Right? So now you are able to connect the dots. I hope the formula for success that we discussed in episode 12, and today this nature's laws that we are discussing as applicable to our life. That's it, what I wanted to share for this with you in this episode. That's all for now. Bye bye, take care, and have an abundant life.